Morning world, welcome to a bright but moist Saturday 30th of November. Oh yeah, before we start, I will call that 19 millimeters. Add that to the 37 millimeters we had earlier in the week from Bert. Yeah, we've had a drop of rain in the last week, 10 days. So today, I are going to do something that I didn't want, and I certainly didn't plan to do. And that is let my cattle into this yard. We had plans to concrete this. We had all sorts of plans. We were going to do this, we were going to do that. And obviously events have taken a place that I wasn't ready for, and we've had to divert the funds for concreting this elsewhere, places where they were actually needed more. So yeah, but before I can put cattle in here, I've got to get that out, hang a gate, top this off with a little wood chip, bring a couple of bales round, open the gate. I've got to move the Land Rover anyway, because Mrs. P has told me, she announced this morning, oh by the way, I'm having your Land Rover at 2 o'clock. I'm going to the tip. Again. I don't know where she gets it all from, I really don't. Right, that's the Land Rover out. Next job, I got to cover my nice clean stone floor with wood chips. Why am I doing that, I hear you ask? Well, putting a wood chip layer on the floor, the same as I've done in the south yard, takes a lot of the wear and tear out of the skid steer tyres. Bear in mind these are new tyres on here, and the more I turn in there, the more I'm going to chew that stone floor up. So if I put a layer of wood chip on top, I can still scrape the wet stuff off the top. I'll never get all of it. I'll never get all of it. But the idea is if I can encourage them to eat out there and sleep inside, I'm hoping the bed is going to last longer. Well, we can hope, can't we? Two more like that should just about do it, I reckon. Right, that's that bit done. So our vets called me yesterday, day before, and told me that they wanted to do my next TB test next month. In fact, only in a couple of weeks' time. So I thought it was going to be January, but apparently because of timetables and diaries and stuff like that, they said, oh, we'd like to do it in December. So I have already got to start thinking about handling animals and moving stuff around to do TB. So I'm kind of thinking that once that feeder in there is emptied, I'm going to take it out of there and put it in here. The idea being, I think, is I'm going to put it across there, So enough room for cattle to get in that side and that side to eat on both sides of it. No point just having one. I can then come in through that gate with a couple of bells and fill it up from there. But also when we're doing TB, if I can get it timed just right, I can then use the same feeder, move it with that gate, and basically use this as a handling area as well. Not quite sure how that's going to work, but I think basically what we're going to do is we're going to put everything through the crush in there and go around anti-clockwise this way. That gate will open this way, that gate will that way, and we'll be able to run them back through here. I don't know, I'm trying to work on all the scenarios I can think of to try and make this as easy as I can. But I think, to be honest, because we've got nothing we have to keep separate, we can do it all through the one crush next door, which is easier than this one here. So for the time being, the green crush can stay outside. So you can go there. I just need to find another gate to go in there, which I think one of the 15s might do it. It might overlap a little bit, but I can chain the end to this one. Right, let's go get a gate. Actually, I think that's a 15. Yeah, you'll do. We'll have that little chain as well, just in case. Got hinges? Yeah, we got hinges. Right. It's what.
You walking across the pit.
Yeah. Well, it's just one of those things. Well, I broke my ankle a couple of months ago, so anything that has saved me a little bit of a effort. Well, you can do it by yourself, but. All right. Up a bit. Bit more. There you go. Lovely job. Flipping. Well, no, he's.
You're going to put a catch on this, drill a hole or something?
I'm just going to put
Oh, I see.
chain round it. Yeah, that'd be all right. Right. Lovely job. Right. Thank you very much indeed.
I'll give you a bell on the 11th to let you know what's going on.
Thank you. Cheers. Can I shorten that hinge? Not really. Look at that. That was convenient. So that's the guy I just bought the little car off of. Just called in to say that can't get it in for MOT to the 11th, which is no problem. Dad's got his little RTV, so he can get around. But yeah, I will actually get a spanner on that, and because that gate's not level. That's going to annoy me. That is. Right, tell me when it's level, all right? You reckon? I reckon a bit more yet. Another 2. I reckon that's going to have it. Sorted. Right, I might get a bigger chain actually and go right round there as well. Actually, there was one there. Let's have that. Belt and braces. Will it reach? Oh yes. There you go. 2 chains. So I could open that gate now. I will admit I am a little bit nervous with the gap between the concrete panel and the first bar. A little bit nervous. I think it's okay. I think we're fine. They're definitely not going over the top. Will the calves get out underneath? It's possible. I am wondering whether to just feed them on those 2 rails down there and maybe a feeder inside and that will do all the feed will be up here. So they'll have plenty of feed space in here. I mean, loads more than they got now. And just for the time being, use the rails underneath the shelter and not bother using that over there. At least for now. Bearing in mind also that if we're going to have TB testing, they're going to be running around in here a bit wound up. So that should be 30 foot, which should be 3 of those panels. So I am thinking we'll put 3 panels up there, and that side is completely, totally cow-proof, calf-proof, proof. The only way out is through there. And if I then move those panels down, up round this way, they can't actually escape out of there either. Temporarily. Once, if nothing escapes for a few weeks, then I can move that out. So for the time, it would be a bit of a pain, but I can live with that. It's less of a pain than trying to get escaped animals back in again. One. Another one. That's an IAE panel, so you can go down there because you're a bit lighter. Must have it all matching, haven't we? So it fits. Done. Right. I've only got one spare change for me. I'll see if I can find another one, but basically I've penned that bottom yard off as well, so if something should get out through that bar, and bearing in mind that bar is the same height as the rest of the bars, it's just that he's a bit more offset because of the panel being where it is in relation to the post. If they're going to get out anywhere, it's going to be there, as in little calves. But if one should get out of there, they can't actually escape because I've now enclosed this entire yard. I'm using this hurdle as a gate for the time being. So, and that's what we're going to do for a week or two, I think. We're going to leave the hurdles up at that end, because if he can escape out of there, they could probably escape out of there, and it just means we'd have to do some adjustment. But as it is, right now, I can feed all along that rail there, plus the feeder inside here, which I'll move when he's empty. Plus I'll leave the ring feeder. I might actually put the square one up that end and bring the round one in here. I'm still contemplating that, but I might be better off with the small round feeder in here rather than the big square one. It's nearly the same amount of feed holes, very nearly. So it's just that the square one takes 2 and the round one takes 1. So yeah, this is all still learning. I'm making it up as I go along, but you already knew that. So, right, well, we'll open that. We'll take that hurdle back round. That's the only IAE hurdle I've got is that one. And it doesn't, the eyelets don't match up with these guys. So I don't use it very often. It's also, in my opinion, not quite as strongly built. These are a bit more butch, like me. Shut up. I think maybe just 2 for now. I mean, there's room for 4. We'll have a look, see. What do you reckon then? On his side, I think, or on his end. I don't know, but on his end. Let's try it on his end. Right then, I do see a small problem here. So I can break these bales up with a skid steer. That's not a problem. The problem I'm going to have is going to be this. I think I'm going to be chewing this up quite a lot. So, yeah. I think this is going to be a winter of repair. But as long as the repair is out here and not in there, I think I can live with that for now. I know I usually cut it, but the problem is, knife's right at the back of the cab, and I'm suffering a little bit of lazy-itis. I couldn't be bothered to jump in to get it back, so I'll just unwrap it. So 10 minutes, I'll open that gate. Dare I? I've got to remember the height of that. I haven't got a lot of room under there. Should be enough, but it's not a lot. Yeah, that is definitely chewing that up there. Just wondering whether or not to put a couple of straw bales here just to keep that in. I don't know if that's going to work on these bales, they're a bit big. Right. Let's see how they get on with that. I rolled that quite a lot, but that's what the skid steer does. That's what I'm trying to avoid in there. That's kind of what this operation's half about. Right, stable door. Before anything has a chance to bolt. Right, you lot, you ready for this? Let's try not to get too excited though, eh? Is it that really that exciting? Right, okay, excuse me. Ah, obviously it is that exciting then. Oh, they're missing out. Oh. Hello, sweetheart. Right, I'm just going to wander around the outside now and look at the cattle. Shape, size, fit and everything. With reference to the barriers. That's the size I'm worried about maybe escaping. Or smaller. So far, so good. They've even got a dining table. I mean, at the end of the day, what could be better? They've got a dining table with a view. Yeah, well, you haven't all got to go in there, you know. Obviously, the newness of the job, that's what that is. It's very exciting. Yeah. No, that bar doesn't want to be any lower, does it? Not really. Right, it is 2:15 in the afternoon. They've had a couple of hours in the new yard, so we'll go and see how they're getting on. I would say they look quite content in there, actually. So we've got some of the young stock out there having a little lie down, and everybody else down there has got their head through the barrier. Yeah. Just beginning to think this might work. So I'm not getting too close, I'm not going to disturb you, you can stay down there. Is that like a concrete pillow, is it? Yeah? So I reckon feed barriers all round. I reckon they're about right. So these are full size feed barriers for like big continental cattle, and they're keeping them in. That little fella there, if he really, really wanted to, could maybe escape, but yeah, tastiest bit is always in the very bottom, innit? Hey? So I'm probably gonna have to come out every day with the skid steer, or maybe the Doosan, I don't know. Maybe I could do it with the Doosan, just come round, track round here, maybe even store the Doosan under the side there, and then it's just a case of track up, push it all back in underneath with the arm, and do that. We might try that. But yeah, this all looks like it's working actually really well. Another couple of days and I'll let myself feel quite pleased. So they're bashing this gate quite a lot. So I might have to find myself a piece of rubber or something to wrap around either the gate or the beam up there. But whatever I do, it's going to have to be something that's wrapped around and they can't chew off, because I promise you they will. Or I'll put a rubber bumper on the wall so it doesn't touch that up there, and maybe fix it to the wall. I think we'll sort of just watch and study that for a couple of days and think about it. But yeah, maybe I'll just put a rubber on the back of the gate, because where they're bashing the gate, that's okay, unless they're doing that at 3 o'clock in the morning and waking me up. Yeah, that would wake me up. I fancy a little experiment. I've got it in my head now, so I've got to try it. I don't need to do it now, but it's in my head. You know, I think it'll go under there. I think. We'll soon find out. I don't know if it's going to go into there or not. I'm beginning to have my doubts. Okay, so I want to know if I can park it under there. Well, it kind of will go under here, sort of, a bit, just about, half of it. The engine and the radiator's on the protected side, so yeah, it could live out here, but I use this every day to do this. I'm actually going to turn it round, so I've got the blade in front of me, but I think I'm going to keep that down out of the way. Not a lot of room for error, and if we had a foot of snow, might cause a bit of a problem, but generally this should work. Do I want this bucket though? How about a smaller bucket? Would that be a better idea? Of course, the other thing with using this thing every day, it keeps the battery charged up, although I'm not doing a lot with it. Just keeps it ticking over. So, right. I might change my mind. I might decide in a couple of days this is a bad idea, but that's definitely chewing the yard up less than a skid steer. That's Mrs. P back from the tip with my Defender. Where are we going to put that? In there. That'll do nicely. Who's that, Mary? She had I don't know her very well.
You only know from in the field.
Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, they're all pretty happy.
They are very, very happy.
Yeah.
Hello. Oh, you're
If
very
they're happy, I'm happy. Oh well, yeah, they're experiencing some happy time.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Happy time.
So somebody smells rather interesting over there.
Those horns, do they need to be sorted?
Which ones?
That one there. Looking
Probably, yeah. The one on the, we've done it before, so yeah.
There's another one who's.
There's a couple. Well, no, there was another one that had horns that were impacting. They actually went for slaughter. So, yeah.
Hello. I know you.
Yeah.
I don't.
Not
smell
sure
like
about not
them.
sure about your
No,
aftershave.
no.
Yeah.
So where's Rosie gone now? She having some food? Is that her?
Rosie,
Oh,
she's
she's the other side of the feed barrier there.
she's
Isn't she?
gone.
I think she's the other.
I actually think she's.
Other side there.
I'm not sure if that's one of the reds. I'm not sure if Rose is right down the end of the far end. So, yeah. But yeah, half of them asleep out here tonight.
Wood chip on the base there.
Yeah, they like wood chip, and it saves the well, no, it saves the stone floor as well, and it's nicer on their feet.
I'm loving Urea keep going up there 190.
Yeah, she's listening to everything I say. He's very interesting. Yeah. Right, that's it, I think. What's the time? 3 o'clock nearly. I'm going to go with an early finish today. So it's not been a terribly busy day anyway, so we just got that yard up and round, and a couple of loads of wood chip have gone out today, and so I've earned a couple of quid, spent a few quid, made our cattle really happy. I've swapped the lights over now, so the automatic lights will come on in there this evening, so I'll be able to watch them from my bedroom window if I feel like doing that. We'll probably pop down later on, or I'll definitely be coming down later on to check on them. I might take the camera with me. Now we've got lights you can see as well. Never used to bother in the past because, well, you couldn't see anything. So yeah, we'll just see how they're settled down. Be interesting to see how many are sleeping in there tonight, because I reckon it's going to be more than 1 or 2. If I don't see you later, I'll see you tomorrow.